XRP holders, new all-time highs incoming. $5 XRP. Is that the low end? We're going to be talking about some XRP price predictions today. Welcome back to Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel right now. Anything I say is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Let's hop on this video. All right, guys. So we had an interesting day today. We saw lots of talk of Jerome Powell resigning, Jerome Powell getting fired. And there was all these news articles, and within the span of a couple hours, we've been hearing about this for a few days now, but today Trump said he would not actually fire Powell. And honestly, the market was very, very shifty during this time. It was a chaotic time. The stock market was kind of selling off. And then when Trump said he wouldn't fire Powell, we saw somewhat of a rally, which is pretty fascinating to see. But guys, I think that the chaotic nature of the markets in the past year, really, with all these tariffs, with Jerome Powell, the administration changing, Trump stepping into office, I think we're finally, slowly, dare I say, slowly starting to wrap our minds around the markets, wrapping their mind around this chaotic nature. And I think that the uncertainty will be less volatile, if you will. And I think that the traditional market is rallying. We're near all-time highs. We see Bitcoin at 123,000. And XRP, my friends, XRP is at $3.03 right now. Very, very important price level, in my opinion. I've been talking about this level for a while now. And if you guys watch my XRP videos from a couple days ago, I was saying, if we can close above like $2.65, really like more so like $2.60, I expect a continuation to test new all-time highs. And guys, we are nearly there. If you measure from where we're at right now to all-time highs, you are talking about a mere 6.82%, guys. We are almost there. I mean, let's like it really. That was just for a candle closing basis. But if you were to measure all the way to the top wick, you're talking about 10.3%. Which, guys, that's about a 12, or I think about a $16 billion increase in market cap. But guys, I'm gonna be honest with what's going on in crypto. What's going on with Bitcoin, I do expect this to play out. And what am I doing? I've been leverage trading quite significantly lately. I've been trying to just high leverage scalp, but I do believe that we are getting at the appropriate levels. And a lot of these currencies, a lot of the cryptocurrencies are starting to finally get out of this super long range that we've been trading in for literally, let's measure this XRP range that we've been trading in here. Yeah, about 228 days of this trading range. It looks like we're finally getting ready to make that move, to make that larger move. And I do think that the majority of this move has played out for the short term. Now, I'm not saying that we're coming close to the top at all for XRP, but I do think that the majority of the impulse wave has moved. And I do think that we need to probably test $3.30 and chop around there just for a little bit, maybe for a month or so. And then I think we're going to be off to the races. And I think that the first price target to be really looking at here would be around $5.50 at new all-time high. So I do think $5 XRP is on the table, and I think that as long as Bitcoin continues to trade the way that it has been trading over the past month or so, I expect a big, big move to the upside, guys. Bitcoin dominance, right? Bitcoin dominance is tanking. It is tanking, and when Bitcoin dominance tanks, that is altcoin season, guys. Ethereum, $3,300. I think we wicked up to about $3,500 on some exchanges, and it was at one point up about 10.2% on the day. So we did sell off a little bit, but guys, when you see Ethereum rallying, that's when you know. That's when you know that alts are going to get some love. And guys, we were at 66.5% Bitcoin dominance level, including stablecoins, and now we're at 64. Like, that is a big deal. I know it might not seem like much, that 2% drawdown, but 2% drawdown on Bitcoin dominance is a big deal, guys. And I do expect this to continue to break down. And I think that, we probably don't see the massive drop in Bitcoin dominance until like Q4 or maybe in a month or so from now. But I do think that alts are about to get some love here. And like I said, I'm starting to move away from the high leverage scalping, and I'm starting to sniff out those long positions on alts that have good setups. I like Solana. I like XRP. I like Pepe. Those are the ones that I've been trading the most on using leverage. If you guys do want to trade as well, check out in the description box below or pin comment down below. We have a lot of awesome sign-in bonuses to many different exchanges. We have a $100,000 deposit bonus to Bitfinex. We have a $5,000 and 10% trade rebate to Blowfin, and there's a lot of other awesome exchanges you can check out down below. Take advantage of the promotions, guys, and if you want to help support this channel, it really helps a lot, so feel free to check those out. And I do believe that we're starting to move to that time where we're going to be breaking out of those sideways chop and accumulation zones, and we're going to start get this show on the road, start to see these next legs up here. You look at XRP, we're up 26.94% in the past 7 days and up about 5.75% in the past 24 hours. This is a significant move, right? Like, look at the 24-hour volume, $9.2 billion, trading at $180 billion market cap. Wow. And like I said, a 10% gain from here, that's only double what this 24-hour volume is. That's an 18 billion increase to reach all-time highs, and I do think that we're probably going to see that play out sooner rather than later. I don't think, like I said, I don't think we're going straight to $5 immediately, but I do think that $5 is on the table here. I think $5.50. And the reason why I say $5.50 is because if you zoom out here, you look at like the weekly time frame, you look at this big W pattern. If you measure that out, it brings us up to about a $5.50 for like the first take profit level. So that was just my little setup that I drew out a while ago. I've talked about it in a few other XRP videos, and I do think that that's an appropriate level to be looking at, guys. And like I said, that's to get to new all-time highs. It's an 18 billion increase, which, let's be real here. Like, I keep talking about this because it was such an absurd moment. Is that when XRP went from, I believe it was a $40 billion market cap to I believe it was 120 or 110 billion. It's where we saw just literally like $80 billion or $60 billion come into the market cap of XRP within the span of like a week. It was absurd, and yes, it can happen again. You look at what's going on with Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin is very strong. We have a green dot on Market Cipher on the momentum wave on the weekly, touching the 60 line. We aren't above it just yet, and once we do flip above this, and if we have another beautiful green dot up there, even if without a green dot, if we see this light blue on the momentum wave clip above the 60 line, which is this dark white line, the solid white line, I do expect further continuation for a considerable amount of time, probably multi-week and probably multi-month to the upside. So, I mean, Bitcoin is postured very, very strong. Like, we're near all-time highs, and we've broken. It's looking good. It's looking good, guys. Like, it's looking quite bullish, and I think that you should expect altcoins to get some love. We already are seeing some get some love, but I will say that I'm not going to say that like we were in true altcoin season until ETH is like near $4,000. Once ETH gets around that level, if it does get around that level, I would be expecting that to be signal that, okay, yeah, XRP should be above $5 now. And really, we should be seeing Bitcoin dominance breaking below 60%. And I think that time will come. It's just a matter of, does it come in a month or does it come in the entrance of Q4? And I think there's a higher likelihood chance that we have to wait just a little bit longer. But regardless, it would be right on time with the 4-year cycle, guys, if we see that happen during Q4. And, you know, I'm back to this Jerome Powell and Trump debacle. Guys, if you want, follow me at 3 Blacksea on Twitter. I'm pretty active over there when I can't come out with a video. But regarding all of it, Jerome is still going to cut rates. We're still going to see quantitative easing, and we're going to probably see that in 2025, especially the rate cuts, because Jerome says what he's going to do, and he does what he says he's going to do. And he said that in the beginning of the year, yes, it was 4 interest rate cuts in 2025. The Fed was projecting that, but he only really talked about 2 interest rate cuts. And I do think that will play out in 2025. He said it would happen in 2025, and we've seen 0 so far. So be patient. When that does come, expect a price boom, guys. Expect a big shift in the overall markets as long as there's no black swan-y events, right? I just have to throw that out there because there's always invalidations, and you got to be paying attention. You got to have your head on a swivel. But right now, guys, I think the risk is to the upside. I think that we're getting ready to see continuation to $3.30, a new all-time high for XRP. Let me know in the comments below. Are you bullish on XRP? Are you ready for new all-time highs? And how high do you think XRP is going to go? Do you think $5 is a minimal level? I just think that $5 is a good take profit point for long-term holders, and for if you're leverage trading, that's going to be my first take profit. I did open up a long position on XRP, and I'm going to trade it and just continue to raise my stop loss higher and higher in profit, and really try to take advantage of this volatility, guys. The fourth and final year of the bull market phase, the bull market cycle, is the most volatile, the most trappy, but has the most gains, guys. That's all I got. If you like this type of content, hit this like button, subscribe to the channel right now, and check out those awesome affiliate links down below if you want to trade with me. It really helps support this channel. That's all I got. See you next one. Bye-bye.